Hey guys, welcome to today's video and thank you so much for stopping by. So today I am here with this Garba makeup tutorial, and for that I have created a beautiful cool toned shimmery silvery eye look and paired it with a cool toned red lipstick. I think this look is perfect for all those silver jewelries that you will be wearing during this Garba, and this look is perfect for Durga Puja as well. And this is a very long lasting, sweat proof, waterproof makeup tutorial. I'll be sharing with you so many tips and tricks that will be really helpful for you. Before starting, please take a moment to subscribe. For that, go to your YouTube app, press that red subscribe button. Also press the bell icon next to it so that you get notification whenever I upload a new video, and it is absolutely free. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. I have already prepped my skin, and it is really important to prepare your skin in a right way before any kind of makeup. I have already shared with you how I prep my skin before any kind of makeup. I will link that video down in the description bar below, so please do check that out. That video is going to be really helpful for you. Now I'm taking this Milani Make It Last setting spray and I'm going to spritz it all over on my face. That means I'm going to use two primers for today's video. That is called double priming. This setting spray, it is a prime plus set plus refresh setting spray. That means you can use this setting spray as your primer. I will let it sink into my skin and it is kind of tacky right now. I'm going to use actual primers. For that, I'm taking this PAC Pore Primer and this Flower Beauty Illuminating Primer. Those are my absolute favorite primers. So first I'm taking that PAC primer and I'm kind of applying it on my T-zone because I get oily throughout my T-zone pretty quickly, and also it helps to minimize all those pores. I'm also applying it underneath my eyes. It will help to blur out all those lines that I have underneath my eyes, and I'm just patting it down. Never ever rub it, otherwise it may slip off and it will not perform well. If you pat it right like this, it will fill in all those pores and lines and your face will look like smoother. Now I'm taking the Flower Beauty Primer and I'm just applying it on the rest of my face, and this primer gives your face a very nice luminous effect, and it also makes your makeup long lasting. And do not forget your neck because I'm going to apply foundation on my neck as well. Now again, I'm just patting it down. I'm not rubbing it at all, and this is the right way of applying any kind of primer. Once that is done, the primer needs some time to settle down, and I have already fill in my brows off camera using this NYX eyebrow pomade in the shade black. If you want to know my eyebrow routine, I will link that video down in the description bar below, so please do check that out. Now I am taking this Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C7 and I am just cleaning up the borders of my brows so that my brows look well shaped and defined. I love doing this step whenever I'm doing a special kind of a makeup. It does make a huge difference, and the brush that I'm using is from Pune store, and I highly suggest you to take a little amount of product and practice this step. If you take a lot of product at a time, then it will not be blended properly and it will look really harsh. And you can see I am blending it out at the same time with the same brush. This way it will look seamless underneath my foundation. For my foundation, I am taking this Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Sand, and this is probably the only high-end product that I'm using in this video. Other than that, everything is drugstore. First, I'm just dotting it all over on my face and neck, then I'll be blending it out using a damp beauty sponge. If you do not want to use this foundation, or if you do not have this foundation, you can use the Maybelline SuperStay Foundation. That foundation is very comparable to this foundation. Again, whenever you are applying your foundation, try to push it down using a damp beauty sponge. I'm using a damp beauty sponge and I'm kind of pushing it down. If you rub it, your foundation will slip off and it will not be long lasting. This foundation gives you a medium to full coverage, and it is extremely lightweight and skin-like, and it is almost undetectable. I love this foundation and the finish is so natural. Also, do not forget your neck. So I'm applying the foundation on my neck as well to make everything look seamless. For highlighting and concealing, I'm using the same Makeup Revolution concealer, and I'm applying it like I'm taking a very little amount of product and I'm just applying it on the areas where I like to highlight. I'm not taking a lot of product because I do not want any kind of heavy or cakey kind of feel. You can see I'm applying a very little amount of product, and again I'm just blending it out using the same damp beauty sponge. This concealer gives you a very full coverage. It is extremely long lasting and it is crease proof as well. So if you are looking for a good drugstore concealer, just go for it. This concealer is bomb, trust me. You can see the coverage. I have applied a very little amount of concealer and you can see the coverage, and it is like one of my favorite concealers from the drugstore. Now I'm going to set my under eyes and my smile lines using this Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder, and taking a very little amount of powder, I'm just setting my smile lines, and I have placed my tongue underneath. This way it will not crease on my smile lines, and using the same technique I'm setting my eye area as well. And I have taken a very little amount of product. If you take a lot of powder at a time, it will be cakey. Now I'm taking this Maybelline SuperStay Powder Foundation in the shade Golden, and I am setting my entire makeup using a large powder brush, and again I'm just pushing the product in. I am not swirling my brush at all. Now I'm baking. That means I'm applying a lot of loose powder underneath my eyes as well as on my smile lines. It will help to catch any fallout due to the eyeshadow application. Also, it will bake my under eyes as well as my smile lines, and this way my concealer, my foundation will not crease easily, and I will dust it off this bake after like 4 or 5 minutes. Now I'm going to do my eye makeup. For that I'm using this e.l.f. Matte for Matte eyeshadow palette, and you can see this palette has a very nice variety of cool toned shades. And from this palette I am first taking this particular shade and I'm going to be applying it as my transition color using a blending brush from Tuna Store. Now cool tone means these shades have a very nice grayish undertone, and if a shade has a orangish or reddish undertone, that means that particular shade is warm toned. So yeah, I'm applying it as my transition color. Now I'm taking this particular shade which is a bit darker than the previous one, and I'm applying it on my outer V area, on my inner corners as well as on my crease. Though I'm not creating any halo eye today, but I'm doing this step just because when I will apply the shimmer, it will give me kind of a ombre effect and I want that. Now I am taking this matte gray shade from the palette and I am applying it on the center of my eyelid, and this is, I know this is looking a bit messy right now, but trust me, it will get better. Now I'm taking this NYX glitter primer and I'm going to be applying it on the inner part of my eyelid. If you want to avoid any kind of fallout, if you want your glitter or your shimmers to be long lasting, and if you want them to pop, then I will highly suggest you to use a glitter primer underneath. Now I'm taking this beautiful shimmery gray or silver color, and first I'm applying it with my finger, then I will use a brush to have that precise application. If you do not have this particular palette, then you do not have to worry. Nowadays there are so many palettes, they contain a very nice cool tone silver or grayish shimmery shade, so that will not be a problem. Or you can use the silver glitter from NYX Cosmetics as well. Now I'm taking this shade again and I'm going to blend out the edges to make everything look smoother. Now I'm taking this Milani Stay Put eyeliner and I'm going to create a nice wing here. This is like one of my favorite drugstore eyeliners. It is very long lasting and smudge proof and budge proof. If you do not have this eyeliner, you do not have to worry. You can use the Maybelline gel eyeliner or the NYX matte eyeliner as well. Those are really good. Now I am tight lining my eyes using this Jordana Easy Liner in the shade Jet Black. You can use any gel eyeliner or kajal pencil that you have. Now I'm just smudging out my entire lower lash line using the same dark brown eyeshadow that I applied on my outer V area. Now I'm just quickly dusting off the excess powder, and I am highlighting my brow bones and my inner corners using my Colourpop Super Shock highlighter in the shade Wisp, and I'm going to use the same highlighter for my face as well later. Now I'm just curling my natural lashes with this Vega eyelash curler, and I'm applying a coat of mascara. This is my Essence Lash Princess mascara. Now I do not use, or I do not like waterproof mascara, so I'm sorry for that. I'm not using any waterproof mascara. You can leave the look here if you want, but I wanted something extra. For that I'm taking this Wiffle & Fox Mink lashes off camera, and I'm going to apply it. Now last but not least, setting your eyebrows. This step is really important, and to set my eyebrows I'm using my Essence Make Me Brows in the shade Browny Brows. You can use your regular hair setting spray as well, and here is the final eye look. I'm going to finish my face. For that I'm taking this Makeup Revolution Duo Face Sculpt, and I'm going to contour the parameters of my face using an angled brush. This one is from Pune store again, and I'm just contouring the parameters of my face, like the hollows of my cheeks, my jawline, my forehead, as well as my nose. And to contour my nose I'm using an eyeshadow brush. Everything is cool toned, but you need to balance that out, right? For that you need some warmth in your face. To give some warmth to my face I'm using this Flower Beauty bronzer, and I'm just bronzing up my face even more. If you do not have this bronzer in your collection, you can use the Milani baked bronzers or any warm toned bronzer that you have in your collection. Now I am taking this Colourpop Super Shock blush in the shade Growth Flirt, and I'm applying it on the high points on my cheeks using this Flower Beauty blush brush. These blushes, they are like cream to powder formula, and they are extremely long lasting. I'm using the same highlighter from Colourpop, and I'm applying it on the high points of my face using my finger. First I decided to use these highlighters using the brush, but then I realized when you use your finger with this particular highlighter formula, they just melt right onto your skin. They become extremely skin-like, and these are very blinding and long-lasting. So you can give them a shot. These highlighters are amazing, trust me. Now to set my makeup and to lock everything in its place, I'm using the same setting spray once more. And for my lips I decided to go with a cool toned red lipstick, and this is Colourpop Creeper, Colourpop Ultimate liquid lipstick in the shade Creeper. These lipsticks are extremely long lasting and smudge proof, budge proof, and the color is stunning. Though the formula is a bit drying, you have to use a moisturizing lip balm underneath, and that's pretty much it. And here is the final look. I am not creating those dots because I have to go somewhere after finishing this tutorial, so I'm not creating those dots. I'm sorry for that. So I hope this video was helpful for you, and I hope you liked this video. If you did, then please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. And if you are not following me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, please do follow me there. All the links will be given in the description bar down below, so please do check that out. As always, I'm listing all those products in the description bar down below as well. So see you soon in my next one. Till then, bye and take care.